What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Y'all already know what we here to do. You know who I am. It's your big sis, your favorite sis, Lell Vintage. We are here live in the studio, and we're going to be talking about so much in the community. I have one of my favorite people here in the studio with me tonight, and I'm super hyped. I'm super excited because we don't get this opportunity often. I have Miss Charmaine Gunter Gary in the building, and I'm excited. We're going to get into all your questions, all the things you want to know. Just give us a couple of seconds to run a little business down to you, right? So do me a favor, go over to IG and follow us at 609 Stage Left. That's at 609 Stage Left. Then hop over to Top Class Radio on IG and Instagram. Do me a favor, click, like, follow, share with the world because we got some good things going on. And I don't want you to miss a beat because when you miss something, you get mad at LEL. And listen, it ain't my fault, okay? Because I've been telling you, right? I'm we have so many things that are going on. We got some changes you'll be seeing in the future, and we are appreciative of all of you guys rocking with us. You are the best audience out there. Tell a friend, tell somebody, phone them, tell them if they not on live checking us out right now or listening on Top Class Radio, you can go download the app too. Check us out. Go to Android, Spotify, or no, Android, Google, or iOS. Go to your app store, right? Put in the little search bar, Top Class Radio, and download, install. Put it on your phone. You can listen to us worldwide, wherever you go. You want vacation? Top Class is at your beck and call. And I just want you to know, we got a phone line. Some of y'all feel froggy when you want to call in, and you be afraid. So I'm going to give you the number. You do what you do with it. 609-418-9816. 609-418-9816. That's my telephone voice, y'all. That's my telephone voice. So without further ado, Miss Charmaine Gunter Gary, y'all better give it up for the one and only. Okay, this is Legacy in the building, y'all. This is Legacy. Okay, hey, Miss Charmaine.
Hey, how you doing?
Tell the people who you are. Tell them.
Ah, who is Charmaine Gunter Gary? If anybody knows me, they know I love children. Our young people. It's been my life ever since I can remember. When I was in high school, when I was in college, graduated on my first job. I've always been about youth in the community,
Yes.
from Philadelphia to Atlantic City and beyond. So that's who Charmaine is.
Right. It from Philadelphia to AC and beyond. So just because y'all think that it's folks that's over the bridge, right? I just want y'all to know it's something about this shoreline that keeps drawing us back, right? So stop fronting, come on home, open up shop, love on us, because we here. We ain't going nowhere. We not going nowhere. And I respect and I honor and I love Miss Charmaine. She's done so much in the community, still doing so much. I always hear people say, I'm just tired and nothing is changing. First of all, thank you for accepting the invitation.
And thank you for inviting
Yeah,
me.
thank you for accepting
Pleasure
the
to be
invitation.
here.
And what I want to say is that I humbly appreciate you for opening the atmosphere for our babies. We have this thing we say we don't want to leave our children idle. Running the streets rampant, doing so much, getting into trouble. Violence is crazy in the city right now, and we often say we don't have enough, but I'm under the impression that, and as being a mentor, I realize that people just don't go. They don't reach out. They don't go find out. They don't inquire, and so we have to bring the information to them. And so what I'm saying is I thank you for always opening the doors,
Thank you.
regardless of what the situation looks like and what kind of generation we're dealing with. And stop running from the babies because they need us. They need us. It's evident that they need us now more than ever. Yes. And so look at that deja vu. Come on now, and what we have witnessed and seen in transformation and change. And a lot of the children is, instead of them now not running the streets, they're involved in cleaning up the streets. They're involved in the action. They're involved in the protests. They're involved in bettering their situations in their cities, in the community. And I'm often grievous that some people still close the doors on our kids. And
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
it is.
Yeah.
And tell us about that.
Well, unfortunately, is I tell our young people all the time that you're stereotyped heavily, especially in this city,
Right.
with all the gun violence, the fights at the high school,
Yes.
the just their look. I told them I love your look,
Yeah.
but that's because I understand your look. There's
come
some
on now.
people that are afraid of your look. And I said, so you have to be cognizant of how you portray yourself everywhere you go. And always not only respecting yourself, but respecting other people around you.
Yes.
I said, are all kids good? No. But the majority of them are. And once you tap into their, as I call it, their black magic.
Black magic.
All right. We were talking about that black magic last night. I said that's the strength of our people.
Yes.
And you have to know how to tap into it to make sure that it leads you towards greatness. And once they understand that and they start walking on that journey toward greatness, oh my goodness, you should see the transformation
Wow.
of the young people.
Wow.
But it's to get them to that point,
yes.
because they don't know that they've been beaten down, they've been lied on, they've been thrown aside,
Wow.
and they've been treated like second-class citizens for
Yes.
so long that they don't know that. They don't know that that's what's in their spirit.
Right.
And so what we try to do is we try to just dispel and take all of that negativity that doesn't belong in their spirit, and we start influencing them with the positive and,
Yes.
and the good that's out there, and they transform right before our eyes.
I know that's right. I had some kids. I used to work. I'm back in the school system, but I used to be at the Boys and Girls Club, and anybody that knows me knows that I have a big heart for the kids. Like, I'm out in the middle of the community. I don't care what part of the community you're in. I will come and get you. I will talk to you, talk to your parents. And one of the things that I I noticed, I had some kids that were like, Miss L, look, I want to be here at the club, but I also want to work for the lit program. And I'm like, listen, man, you could do both. Let's just come after you get out of the lit program. We'll be here. We'll be here. And the thing about it is I'm grateful that you're giving them an opportunity to find work. As long as I've been knowing you, you've been opening access and helping our children to find their creative niche and to find work, keep their hands moving and to keep their feet moving. Tell us about the LIT program.
In 2019, Joe Gingoli and Reverend Days wanted to do something for the youth in the community, and they started a pilot program, and they came to me and they said, would you put it together and help us do it? And I never say no when it comes down to young people.
I know that's right.
So for that first 10 week of that summer of 2019, there was no money, but we found money to pay the kids. And I was blessed that I had 2 other people that came in and volunteered with me during that summer. And we said, hey, these young people that came in here and was afforded an opportunity and a chance, and we also had personal development workshops, we saw the transformations.
Wow.
In 10 weeks.
Wow.
So we said, we got to do this again. And then in 2020, with COVID, I was like, how are we going to do this? And that's where the outdoor cleanup crews came in.
Right.
So we did 200 kids that year.
200. Parents, listen, 200 kids.
And then this past summer, we did about 225.
Wow.
So each year it's gotten more and more, and we've also started doing a winter after school program, which we hope will start this year in March.
Wow.
Which we're going to do about 100 kids.
So with the lit, first of all, what does lit stand for?
Leaders in Training.
Wow. Come on now. You don't get something like this everywhere you go. When you first of all, we taking an acronym that kids hear every day. Okay? Everything is lit. It's lit. It's lit. And turn it into something
Positive.
profitable.
That's right.
Right?
That's
Speaking
right.
life into them. Leaders in training. Leaders in training. Wow.
Well, you know, the Rites of Passage program,
Shout out to ROP.
we had called ourselves Legends in Training. So when they asked me to come up with a name for this work program, I switched it around a little bit. I said, well, these can be our leaders in training.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's now Lit has their own nonprofit.
Wow.
And we're under the leadership of Ambrose Gray,
Okay.
who is a young, energetic.
Yes.
He has a lot of great ideas of how he's going to motivate and innovate the program. And it's nice that I could step back and pass
Yes.
that baton.
Come on now.
I know I'm loving that.
Been putting in a lot of work.
and just use me for the knowledge that I have. That's a good place to be after 40 some years of working in the vineyards.
Some of y'all been gangbanging that long. Miss Charmaine been working in the community that long, and then some. Listen,
That's right.
shout out to Mr. Jim Goley, and to Ambrose Gray, and to Reverend Colin Days, Second Baptist in the building. Listen, I respect these gentlemen. I remember when Pastor Dates actually has some kids coming out and working on the farm, and so it doesn't go unnoticed that your labors of love are really focusing on cleaning the community, but utilizing those necessary tools in the children to show them, like, look, there's a lot of love in your home and in your community. You just got to put the work in, and I'm grateful for that. We actually saw a decrease for a good while in children getting in trouble. Listen, if you see the yellow shirts this summer and in the spring, stop by. Tip them babies, okay? Don't be afraid to tip. They get paid, but tip them because they're cleaning up your trash, okay? They're cleaning up stuff in the city that they didn't do. So, but I humbly respect that in creating an atmosphere for them to put back into their community. And it's something about when our kids come back home and impart in their community. Tell us about that, because I know you've seen a lot of your students come back into the community.
Oh, absolutely.
Teaching
We have teachers, principals, accountants, social workers, a lot of social workers,
Yes.
which is nice.
Yes.
I just had one of my young people to call me today, and he said, Ms. Charmaine, thank you so much for that reference letter. I got the job. And now he's going to be a drug and alcohol counselor.
Come on now.
And this is a young man that went through.
Wow.
He went through.
Wow.
And during the whole time that he was going through over the years, he said, I kept hearing your voice say, you could do it. Back when I was in the program, you kept telling me you could do anything if you put your mind to it and stay focused.
I know that's
He
right.
said, I heard that so many nights when I was laying in my own vomit and just not believing that the world was treating me right.
Right.
But he picked himself up, got himself together, and went back to school.
Wow.
And now he's going to be a leader in our community. He's going to be teaching and embracing young people that are going through. And he said he's going to want to does more on the preventive side.
Right.
He
right,
said
absolutely.
he knows why he went that way. So he's going to try to talk to and deal with young people before they even get to that point.
That's that's important. I think somebody had to come get us. You know, even when we were dragging and we saw ourselves falling or declining and didn't know how to get out, we had the village. The village came and got us.
Right.
You know,
That's right.
and that's important. And thank you. Every show I set an intention, and this time I want to set this intention. Be intentional about your village, right? Be intentional about all of the community members that are surrounding our village, that are inclusive in our village, but the village that still has to be raised. Because once they get to a certain point, sometimes, you know, we like, okay, they got it. And
Right.
really, they don't. They're still lost.
That's right.
And so when it comes to that, what do you say to those kids that are still out there and they're still, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. And
Well,
to the parents.
That's one of the things that I really like. My phone rings every day with a young person. Miss Charmaine, I want to get into an apprenticeship. I want to get into a job at Atlanta Care. I want to, every day, I get my kids that have come through the program and have floundered a little bit, and now they're ready.
Yes.
Because they can't do anything, and I tell them you can't do anything till you're ready.
Yes,
because when you're ready, that's when you succeed. And I'm glad that I have the same phone number
For years.
that they can call me at any time, and we set up a time and we go over a career development goal for them, and they're on their way.
Wow. That's a beautiful thing. For all of you out there that don't know what to do and don't know who you can look for to help assist your teenagers, your children, please get in contact with Miss Charmaine, because I'm gonna tell you something. Even when we and I have 3 kings. We have 3 kings, and I'm gonna tell you something. We were crazy because they were driving us crazy, and we're like, we got to get them do something. They have to be busy, and especially our youngest, but when it came to making sure that they had an atmosphere that was conducive for their learning, they weren't running the streets. They had advice.
Y'all kept them real busy.
Yes.
And
What?
everything. Every time I turned around, I says, "Oh, there they are again. Oh, here they are.
Yeah.
Oh, they're participating in this," which
Keep them
is
busy.
one of the most important things of exposing young people to a variety of everything.
Yes, absolutely. I
And
concur.
because sometimes, that might be where they take hold and they take off. And that's why I try to get a lot of parents. I tell the parents, I said, I'm sorry. I said, my son didn't have the opportunity to say yes or no.
No, I know that's
I
right.
said, I would tell him, I said, you're going to participate in this and let's see how it goes. Then after a trial and error time period, if it wasn't sticking, he was able to find something else.
Okay.
But he was never able to say no off the bat.
I know that's right.
Unfortunately, a lot of the parents at young ages, 8, 7, 6, they ask their child, do you want to do this?
Right.
And I cut the parent off right there. I said,
Now that's what you're wrong.
they get a choice when they're 21.
Oh, come on. See?
So they said not 18. I said 21. That's when they get a choice of what they can and can't do. I said, come on, let them come on with me, because we do a summer basketball league.
Oh yes.
And with our summer basketball league, it's a teaching league. So it's not as much on the competition side as it is we're training them, teaching them, and we have different workshops each week of information that we go over with their kids. And the parents have to understand this is not just basketball.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
because Billy Porter, who started it, was adamant about giving them the basketball to play with,
Yes.
but giving them the knowledge to
Come on now.
succeed. So
That's important.
he passed several years ago, and I have made sure that the league keeps
Yes.
that piece
Yes,
going.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Much respect to Billy Porter and his family, and Michael Bailey. I mean, we have people, pillars, y'all, pillars in our community that are there. They are there. Reach out, call, find out. We have so much to be grateful for, Miss Charmaine. And one of the programs that you do run consecutively, and I listen, I remember you was at the church. I remember you was at the power. Listen, Rites of Passage. That's your baby.
That's my baby.
That's
my heart.
That is the baby. Okay, tell us about Rites of Passage.
Rites of Passage is a mentorship program that it was back in 1996. I had did a workshop at Central Junior High School.
I dunked on those courts,
so
though,
you know.
y'all.
I'm dating myself. And when I walked in, I couldn't tell the difference between the females and the males. And they were talking like, I said, who are these? So it was originally to reintroduce etiquette to young ladies.
Yes.
That was my idea.
Yes.
So I had a young intern that put together a program called Teens in Control. And I kind of liked what she put together. But then my sister was doing a national program of African American women on tour. And she was doing the Rites of Passage part to it.
Wow.
And she wanted me to bring my mom up. So I brought my mom up, and it was 2 bus loads of teenagers getting off the bus.
Wow.
Smoking, cussing, talking about if my probation officer hadn't said I had to be here, I wouldn't be. I said, oh my God, my sister got to spend a whole weekend with these kids, these girls. And it was one big room. So it was like one big sleeping party. They had cots that they were staying. They stayed in this room the whole weekend from that Friday until that Sunday.
Wow.
So
I know she was spinning.
I said, do you have mace? I said, do you have? I said, please tell me you got a club with you, something. I said, are you going to be safe in here?
Oh my!
So my sister said, look, they were in Philadelphia. She said, we've done Detroit, Chicago, L.A. She said, we've been everywhere. She said, this is lightweight. I said, okay. So when I went back that Sunday to pick up my mother, and I walked into the room, and there was this sea of kente cloth, clad, beautiful young girls, 100 of them, talking about their futures, talking about how great that they're going to be, how they're going to. I like, whoa. I said, what did you do
Switch
from Friday to Sunday?
Wow.
To make this transformation. So there was 12 basic workshops that they did, and they had different women from that community to come in and do different activities and things with the young ladies. I said, this is remarkable.
Wow.
I need this. So I went back and I had the intern to change the program to Rites of Passage.
Okay.
And that was in July. And we started our first class in 1996.
Wow.
And we've done over 1,800 young people. Wow. We turned co-ed 2 years later. And we did Pleasantville for a little while. When Mayor Ralph Peterson, he came to our crossover and he says, oh, I need this program in Pleasantville. So we did Pleasantville during his tenure, because he made sure he would find the monies to help fund the program. And it's here we are 27 years later, and we're still going.
27 years.
And we're still going strong.
Wow.
And I tell this class all the time, this is class number 40 in Atlantic City. I said, y'all are my favorite class. They was like, you probably tell that to everybody. I says, no, seriously.
Wow.
The class we have this year, they ask great questions. They're attentive. They have the best attendance we've ever had so far.
Wow.
And to tell you the truth, the guys are beating the girls.
Shout out to Jeremiah. That's my guy. Okay. I'm proud of you, boy. I'm proud of you,
The
man.
guys are beating the girls, and I keep telling the girls. They say, "Oh, you just favoring them, and we see you giving them the answers." I'm like, "No, these guys are on it." And
They said Miss Charmaine is cheating. She giving the boys the answers.
we have more males in this class than we have females.
Wow.
First time ever.
Wow.
Because it was used to be a time we could not get the young men to participate. It was corny. It was this. It was that.
Yeah.
But these guys, they're loving the program. And like I said, the speakers that come in and the activities we take them through, they're in it 100%. So I'm loving this
Yes.
class.
And I'm excited about that because, number one, you teach financial literacy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, listen. Miss Charmaine teaches financial literacy, culinary arts, home economics,
Mm-hmm.
parenthood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, listen. Okay, y'all getting a little bit of everything in this. Etiquette,
22 workshops they go through.
right? Oh, come on. It's a beautiful thing. This is just something that you don't see exclusively that's including every piece of life, something from every portion that will give our kids that type of transition into when they get older. This is what you do.
Well, this is the culmination of the teen focus groups that we do. Like at the end of this program,
Okay.
we'll meet with all of the kids. We'll find out which workshops they liked, they didn't like, what information was helpful. And so after all those years, that's how we went from 12 workshops
Okay.
to 22.
Wow.
Because these are the workshops that the young people said, this is what is needed. This is what that next class is going to need to.
I'm excited about
Yeah,
that.
so it's been a transformation. It's basic material, but it changes with the kids as they
Yes.
come through.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all, okay? I'm gonna be quite honest. My older teens went through this program, okay? My youngest, he's just going through it. He just started. But Miss Charmaine gave these jokers a baby with a key. When I tell you 2 a.m, Michael, our Michael, the one that won. Yeah, I'm like, your baby was crying the whole time. Like, how did you win? And the girls were like, he won? Listen, when I tell you, we were like, you better get your baby and burp the baby, feed the baby. The baby needs to be changed. The baby in there, wait. But I think Chris turned his baby over and was like, I'm done. I'm like,
Yeah.
listen, don't. We were babysitting. I said, I'm going out. I'm not babysitting. Put the baby in the car seat. Get out my car. And that for me gave a light into, okay, you're a young man, but you're taking care of a child. This is giving you, and guess what? My teens, my boys, they don't have any babies.
Well, I'm going to tell you, that has been a great deterrent for teenage pregnancy within our stats are through the roof.
Wow.
Because what we do is we do the alumni that have come through the program, and we've asked them, I guess it's about 60 questions.
Wow.
And with that, each time they do the survey, I like giving away stuff. So, they get to possibly win a weekend stay,
Okay.
where dinner is included, and
No, but somebody better win that. If not, I'm
So-
coming in and scooping it up because I know I didn't be.
so we just completed our surveys from last year. We did those with the alumni, and we got about 276 alumni to come back and answer questions. And,
Wow.
and when I see the young people out in the street, I still have my outfit. Oh, I still have this. I have my certificate still on my wall, and it's nice to hear the effect that the program has had on them.
Yes.
I just had a young man who was homeless. Now, he didn't come through the program, but he wanted to go to college. So Reverend Days made it so that he could go to college.
Wow.
He's doing his first semester. And he was calling me and telling me that he was struggling with retaining information. So I said, if you had went through rites of passage, there's a one of the workshops I do is on the brain, and it tells you how to relax yourself. So when you take a test, I said, your brain is like a computer.
Yes.
I said, the information is there. You just have to know how to get it out.
I know that's right.
So over the phone, I taught him that workshop.
Wow.
Do you know, he called me back 2 days later and he said, oh my God, I can't believe it really worked. And I said, yeah, it does.
Right.
I said, I've heard so many people tell me, thank you for teaching me how to relax before a test,
Wow.
because I thought I was stupid. I said, no, but we have
man.
no stupid people who writes a
know that's
passage.
right.
I said, all of y'all are brilliant, beautiful, bold.
Speaking life into these babies.
That's right.
love it.
Constantly. And that's what you have to do. Now, I'm the one mentor in the group that I believe in the two-sided hand, because that's how my mom raised me.
Right.
I'm going to knock you out on one side, and then I'm going to love up on you on the other side.
Catch
Okay?
these hands. Keep coming in acting up. Cut.
And I have to tell the parents when your child is coming into my program, I said, I'm nice.
Yep.
I said, but if they act up, if something's happening, I said, I'm going to ring them.
I know that's right.
So
I've actually sat in on a couple of the classes, and it was hilarious. One year, I think the whole class was just talkers, and Miss Charmaine shut them down within like 2 words, pop pop, and they were like, I said, I told you, y'all better be quiet. I'm in the back like, don't snicker, because it's funny to see them. They're in their moment and they're talking but they're not paying attention. But it's another thing when you catch their attention and bring them back online.
right.
And they're like, wait a minute, did that just happen? I don't listen. I'm like, y'all better get it together, because Miss Charmaine going to throw some hands on you. But it's funny, but it is very, it's breathtaking,
Yeah.
because everybody's afraid to discipline a child now.
Oh, they are.
And it's crazy. It
I'm
drives
not-
me insane. I know, me neither. I'm like, okay, listen, you got 2 seconds to get where you're supposed to go. If you don't get there, you and I going to have it out.
And see, with the LIT program, one of the things about it is, one person, one kid can topple the whole group.
Yes.
And if you're not strong enough to handle that one kid, then you're in trouble.
I know that's right.
So it was
Because then they
interesting.
pass it to everybody else.
Because I have a reputation
effect.
with LIT now, because there was one workshop, and I told the young person, I said, you need to be quiet because you're messing it up for everybody else here. And I said, and you're going to get one more opportunity to be quiet. So I told them, I will never put my hands on you because I can't. But Lord help you if you put your hands on me. So
I know that's right.
I said, because I am able to defend myself. And I'm pretty up there in age now. So I guess
Miss
they
Charmaine,
thought that
I got to see this.
I guess they thought that I couldn't handle myself, and the young guy came at me and grabbed me around my throat.
Oh.
And it one girl said, I blinked and he was on the ground. I said, yeah. I said, that's what happens. I said, because
Try me.
I'm trained, because I had to work in North Philadelphia.
Yes.
So I had to make sure that if anything happened, I never had to use it
Yeah.
until that young man came at me.
See, y'all be testing us, thinking we don't know something. I'm telling you.
But
you
guess
gonna
what?
learn.
He's one of my besties now.
Hey, see? Don't they come back around?
When I need work done at my house, or if I need my car done and he needs a little extra money,
I know that's right.
he's right there.
That's a lot of love, Miss
Oh,
Charmaine.
that's I love my
That's
young
a lot
people.
of love.
And I had to tell him last night, I said, I'm pretty tame, but mess with one of my kids,
Yeah.
and you see a lioness come out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Real strong.
I know that's right.
Yeah,
I know
so
that's right. Thank you for being who you are, literally, because like I said, people are so afraid to discipline. I think one of the rougher generations are those that have come through the last 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
And then with the pandemic, it really just
Oh.
knocked people off,
Really bad.
and it left the kids idle. And so we're always looking for that strength, and to not be afraid to discipline the children, but then to also not be afraid to step to the parents and say, listen, this is what's going on.
Oh, me
and
and
we
the
need
parents,
you to
we go toe to
I
toe.
know.
We go toe to toe.
Come on now, stop
Okay,
playing.
me and the parents, we go toe to toe.
Wow.
And because the thing about it is, who do they have
Yeah.
that can tell them this is not it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because I told this, there was a young man that was cursing his mother out, and I
I
said,
loathe that.
and
like,
I told
what?
him, at that juncture, I said, shut up and sit down right here. I says, I need to go talk to your mother. And I took her out of the room, and I said, this is how he treats you? She says, I can't get him not to. I says, you're the mother. And after I gave her just a few pointers and a few things of how to do and what to do, and so I went back in the room, and I told the young man, I said, you're never to talk to your mother like that again. If you do, I said, she's going to deal with you.
I know that's right.
And he looked like, what? I said, she's going to deal with you. I done taught her how to deal with you. So what I taught her was to give me a call.
Tell me when he's acting up. Just call me.
I said, that's all you got to do. Because there's a lot of parents that unfortunately are afraid of their children. They're afraid of their children not loving them. They want to be their friend
Yes.
instead of their parent.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the difference. That's the thing. My mama once told me, I'm not your friend. I'm your mother. I'll love you. I'll take care of you. But the minute that you cross that line, I'm knocking you out. And I'm like, okay. And my mom, she's literally like 5'7".
Oh, my mom was 5'2". Okay.
I'm
I
6'2",
called her-
towering over her.
I called her Junior Mike. Junior Mike Tyson, because she had arms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And my mom was, she was one of those people that she spoke quietly, but she carried a big stick.
Wow.
And so at that juncture, I did not mess with her
I know that's
at
right.
all.
I actually miss that. You know, and especially when I walk through the communities and being a community member and working in the community, I miss the mothers in the village that said, listen, bring them here. The grandmothers that used to come down to the school with a hickory stick like mine's and beat everything in sight. Okay. You think I'm playing with you, and you. First of all, you should be in class. Why are you out here? And it's just that mentality that keeps our communities nostalgic, number one, but keeps us in remembrance of what strength looked like,
Right.
you know, and what discipline was, and how the mothers and the fathers
Right.
were there to discipline and rear our children. And that's something that I consistently say is missing. And my hope is that with rites of passage and lit and whatever you put your hands to and work, that it continues to go and grow for as long as God will allow you to, because it's necessary. It's very necessary. You're necessary, Miss Charmaine. And I don't know how many people tell you that, but you are very necessary in our lives. And we appreciate you. And another thing, you have a Black History show coming up.
Yes, I do. February 28th, the last day of February.
Y'all better get to it.
We're celebrating. This will be our 25th of our 27 years. Unfortunately, in 2021 and 2022, we didn't have our Black History Month, but we're back this year. So we're excited.
We're excited.
And we have one of the best spoken word artists that's going to be there. I enjoy her all the time. She comes with a word. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I want to say I know who that person is, but you never know. You never know. It could be somebody else. El Vintage going to be in the building, y'all.
El Vintage is the only adult that's on the program.
Wow.
Everybody else are youth programs that are going to be participating. But I always bring El Vintage in because of the fact that the word that she gives does inspire quite a few people in
Wow.
in the audience, and we have a
Well,
packed
humbled.
house. You
We
know,
always, it's always packed.
it's a packed house
and good food.
Yeah,
Just thought I'd let you
Yeah.
know because y'all
Yeah.
know I like to eat. But I'm very humbled and thank you for always considering me and calling on me because, like I said, I like to serve my community and that's one of the greatest capacities ever. To see the faces of the kids and they're like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
thank you. I'm looking forward to it. I really, really am. I really
Yeah.
am.
Thank you. Thank you for being there
Oh,
because
man.
it makes it for such a wonderful, well-rounded program of everything that we do. We're also this year we're going to have what's called Pass the Baton
Yes.
awards that we're giving out. So there's some community people that have stepped out of their realm of what they used to do, and they've passed the baton to the younger generation. So we're going to be giving
awesome.
those older generation folks the Pass the Baton Award.
Wow, that's amazing. Shout out to all you beautiful community members that do take part and give back. And then we also have Rites of Passage has their Stepping Up ceremony.
We call it our crossover ceremony, and that's going to be the second Thursday in May.
Okay.
And we usually have that at the All Wars Memorial Building also. That is one of the most beautiful ceremonies.
Yes.
I cry every one.
Yes, it is.
Every last one we've ever had. I'm in tears because it's just a beautiful ceremony to see the kids' faces. They're walking on air.
Wow. And they dance, they sing, they recite, they do it all. And I'm telling you, if you've never been to one, if you've never been to the crossover, you must go and witness. Bring your camera because you're going to see some things that you probably never witnessed before. And what I love about it is that the children are really the entire show. And listen,
it's all them. Yeah.
It's amazing. I love it.
Yep.
I mean, I cried. I think shedding tears. Don't let them see you crying because then they'll know. But it's been beautiful and honorable, admirable, and I feel like each time you do it, the kids grow a lot more.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. And it's because of them we're able to improve upon what we already have had over the years. Because they're very outspoken in what they like and what they don't like.
Yes.
You know, and what has affected them and inspired them and been meaningful to them.
Wow.
And we've had some really great workshops this year.
That's what's up. I'm excited about that. You know what I wanted to ask you? Listen, I have my child, our child. This guy, he wants to spend all his money. Tell us about the where you're having the kids save their money and you put it into.
Bashira Khan does a program called Saving is Sexy. And
shout out to Bashira.
Yeah. And so I asked her, I says, let's do it for the kids.
Yes.
And so she came in and she started them off on this savings thing of what they could save each week and how they could put their money aside. So I said, I talked to my board, and the board says, okay, so any child that participates in this savings program, we will double it up to $300.
Wow.
So they're supposed to save $75 during the course of the program. But I've had kids bring in extra money.
Wow.
And so in bringing in extra money, that they're trying to get to that 150 so we could double it up to 300. So I said, I hope not too many of them do.
Okay, save your coins.
And we're also going on what I call our Journey to Greatness trip. That is going to be during their spring break.
Okay.
We leave on a Thursday. We come back on Sunday.
Wow.
We go to the Blacks and Wax Museum in Baltimore.
Awesome.
We go to the National African American Museum in Washington, D.C.
It's just amazing.
Then we do a day of just touring the different places. We go to the Martin Luther King statue in Washington, and then they have some free time where they get to decide: are they going to go skating? Are they going to go to movies? And and then we venture back. We stay in 2 suites. There's a male suite and a female suite.
Okay.
I
Have
do
fun,
all,
y'all.
I do all the cooking.
Look, y'all better bring me a plate back. I don't get a plate. That's gonna be a problem. I'm disowning some children.
That has been another trip that I've seen has transformed
Wow.
lives, because that African American Museum in Washington is
Yes.
just awesome.
It is. It really is. It's. You can't see everything in one day.
No.
It is amazing. It is humongous, but everything in there. I went twice, and I was just amazed every time,
Yeah.
both times, and I'm like, wow, this is like beyond
Right.
the history is beyond what I could ever have fathomed. It just, and it definitely brings some tears. You shed some tears, and it's very it pulls on your heart. It definitely does. So thank you, and thank you. Listen, I could be here all day,
Me too.
because Miss Charmaine, she loved the babies, and so do I, and we could be in here CNN, MSNBC, and all night. But we're not gonna prolong y'all. We thank y'all for being the best audience, rocking with us, continuing to support us. We have some great things in store. We have a lot of things that are getting ready to change, but for the better. And we'll keep you in tune, because you'll see it eventually, sooner than later. But what we want to say is thank you so much, Miss Charmaine.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Keep doing what you're doing, and keep impressing and building our children in anything you need. I'm here.
I know
I'm
that.
definitely here.
I
I'm
know
excited
that.
about Black History Month, the showcase, and I'm excited to see what the kids have in store, because Jay's been talking about it. He's like, oh, I'm doing this. I'm like, okay, all right. But I'm excited anytime something sparks in our boys, and Jay's, he takes on a lot. And so anytime something sparks in them, we're like all excited to hear about it. And
Well,
he keeps talking.
And I'd like to give a shout out to him, because he's one of those people. Yesterday we talked about habits of highly successful teens.
Wow.
And he definitely, the first habit was be proactive.
Wow.
And I've noticed he has that be proactive spirit, because he's been working with me on little
Yes.
special projects, and
He's excited when he gets up. He be up on time too.
and
I can
he's
tell.
excellent worker, and I enjoy him working with me on the special projects, and then in the class he's
Wow.
just
I'm excited about that. That's great to hear. That warms my heart, because he's always the one we concerned. Are you okay? What's on your mind? But I'm grateful for that. And thank you again for continuing to pour into the children, the teenagers, giving them an opportunity to succeed, and letting them know, like, listen, you don't have to be like this.
Right.
And you don't have to follow in other people's footsteps. You're greater than that. You're worth it. And we're going to continue to keep doing that and showing them that love.
right.
So wherever it is that you are, know we're showing up, we're supporting, and we're going to get the community, those that haven't been out there. If you haven't been, we're going to be on your doorstep. We're going to get on your nerves, because you're slipping. But ladies and gentlemen, audience, Miss Charmaine Gunter-Gary, Rites of Passage, lit, amongst a lot of other things that we'll be here for 18 days trying to figure out and talk through. But we appreciate you,
Thank you.
and keep doing what you do. Be blessed and all of that.
Thank you so much for having me here.
And
This has been fun.
Do you have anything else you would like to say? First of all, how do the parents get in contact with you, and what is your your email, or how can
Well, we're on all the social medias with Rites of Passage with Lit. We are now getting ready to hire, as we're going to start in March. So go to our website at www.litnj.org and fill out the application. And if you put Alventus' name on there, I'll give it extra special attention.
Okay, so you already know. Go ahead and put my name on it. Make sure you spell it right. ELLEVINTAGE. Okay, but www.litnj.org. Go fill out the application. Parents, start your children early so that they'll have something to do in the summertime and they're not idle. We appreciate everything that's been said and been done. Follow rites of passage. Get them involved. This now is the time to get your children involved, and be proactive and not just trying to follow the footsteps of the others. And so, guess what? We love y'all. We ain't gonna keep y'all. We know y'all had a great time. Did you have a great time? Okay.
I know I did.
Thank you so much for being the best audience. We love y'all. This is your sis, your big sis, Lell Vintage, Miss Charmaine Gunter Gary. We out of here, y'all.
Peace out.